Why'd you want to smash his car window?
Like I said, it wasn't intentional. I was throwing things because I was upset.
And when you were throwing things, you were also screaming things at him, like you were going to send your brother Keyshawn over to kill him, right?
Never, ever, ever said the word kill at all.
Okay, so...
4 men showed up at his front door.
And you told both of them that Travis had picked you up and slammed you to the ground, right?
Yes.
And that he had disrespected you.
Yes.
And you also sent a text message to Keyshawn at roughly 9:45 that Travis dropped you to the ground. You remember that?
Yep.
And in response to that text message, Keyshawn sent a group text message to you and Tyler Robinson that Travis is a dead man walking. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that's the message that you deleted from your phone, right?
No, I deleted the shoot his shit up message.
And you also deleted the dead man walking message.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't remember if I did or not.
So you really weren't making a living as a real estate agent, right?
No, but I do have a mom and she's a medical assistant, so.
Okay. And you were living with your mom,
Correct.
right? You had a conversation with a man about marriage, and you're still married to Andre Chusang. Is that correct?
Correct.
So you lied to Travis. You misled him, did you not?
Travis never asked me if I was married.
Isn't it true that you were the first person to become physically violent with Travis and not the other way around?
No.
Not at all? So you smashed his iPhone not out of anger, but because you were hurt?
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't send my brothers to kill him.
No, you just sent a text to go shoot up his shit, right?
I didn't say shoot him.
You sent a text to go shoot up his shit, right?
Correct.
Tell the jury what the shit is.
When you're angry, you say things. I'm sure everyone in this courtroom has said something when you're... I'm trying to speak. If you want me to answer your question, you have to let me answer your question.
Well, if you were responsive to my question, I wouldn't have...
All right, answer the question, please.
Okay. Can you repeat your question?
Question was shit. What does shit mean in the context of that text?
Anything but him.
Okay. So it could have been his brother?
No.
It could have been the house?
Nothing violent toward a person.
It could have been his mother's house, right?
I was upset and my adrenaline was running and I said something that I didn't mean. That's the bottom line of that. I didn't mean for my brothers to do any of that. That's why when my brother left the house, he did not have a firearm on him. People say things when they're upset that they don't mean all the time, but since the situation has happened, it obviously blew up 20 times more. But I didn't necessarily mean for anything to happen to Travis, his family, his house, or anything. It was like my second home. I would not want anything to happen there.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha. This episode, we're going to talk about how bitches be lying, but we're going to specifically talk about the case against his ex-girlfriend or Travis Rudolph and his ex-girlfriend. Now, in the previous tape that y'all just got to watch, bitch was on the stand talking about how she didn't want her brothers to come through and shoot that man shit up. She just was mad and said something in the heat of the moment, right? Hoes always doing this shit, claiming they said something in the heat of the moment. It's like, yeah, bitch, you need to control what the fuck you say. It's called accountability, right? And I like how the prosecutor was getting at her. Like, didn't you send your brothers in a text message and you said, shoot his shit up? What is the shit? And you catch these fucking hoes, and I can't speak for all women, right? But I know for black women, these hoes be fucking lying. They just say shit and it's supposed to be sweet. You can just gloss over the shit they just said, like they don't have no accountability. We all know from the community what the fuck that bitch meant. She called her brothers up and was telling them to come through and shoot the house up or shoot him. Now, the bitch claimed that was like her second home, and why would she send somebody there to destroy it or tear it up? Because that's what black hoes do. They'll send their brothers or their ex-boyfriend or some niggas they know down the block to come and spray your crib up because you told them to fucking leave. I've actually had situations where I asked a black woman very kindly and nicely to leave, and she was telling me how the fuck she wasn't gonna leave. I had to physically put the bitch out. Like, they have no manners, no respect. But aside from all that, This man is on trial for shooting and killing one of her brothers. Now, had the bitch not sent the text message saying anything, shoot his house up, shoot his shit up, whatever, brothers would still be here and they'd be still alive. She sent them niggas on a crash test dummy mission, and one of them niggas is now with Jesus. That's what the fuck happens when you play games. You fucking play with people's livelihood. Some people ain't playing with you. And this bitch is a clear case of a nigga. Why some black people can be niggas, niggas can't be black people. Now, if you don't know what the fuck that means, I suggest you go figure it out. What that means is, yeah, you can be black and be a nigga, but you can't be a nigga and be black. Because when you a black person, you ain't a nigga. And the niggas that are black, they're not black people. They're fucking idiots. In any event, she sent the brothers on a dummy mission. Then the bitch lied to the state. I hope they charge her with perjury. But my man is up on trial fighting for his life. They want to convict him of man one, because he shot the other brother 39 times, or shot at him 39 times. I'm assuming he hit the nigga multiple times, as he should. Anybody that come to your house unannounced and did not call or request permission need to be shot in a motherfucking head. What are you doing here? Even if the bitch didn't want her brothers to shoot the man shit up, what are you doing here, bro? I didn't call you. The bitch's defense was that the man had put his hands on her, but we know that's a damn lie, because bitch had a history of putting her hands on him. But you know, it never stop a black bitch from lying. They gonna make up shit. How she sat her funky ass on the stand and she's just straight lying. Like, she should have been charged with something. If my man get acquitted, that bitch need to be charged with something. Cause sending your brothers, your friends, brothers, cousins, anybody to do harm to anybody after a certain age, like, that shit is intolerable. I feel like if you over the age of 21 and you still sending people to a nigga house or to a friend house to do any bodily harm, if you fighting over the age of 21, you need to be motherfucking jailed and locked up. Unless you a motherfucking MMA fighter or a boxer, you need to keep your motherfucking hands in your motherfucking pockets. Like, this, like, people be grown ups, especially black women or women in general, or be grown as fuck and putting their hands on you like they got a fucking problem. One, you're the lesser of the sex, so if I hit you, I look bad. But then two, you should know you're working at a disadvantage. I don't operate under that shit. I go under the impression that we're equal, like these hoes want to say that we are. Bitch put her hands on me, we about to fight like Tyson. I don't give a fuck. I don't let nobody hit me. Not man, woman, child, handicapped motherfucker. You gotta go. Or you gotta be incapacitated. You gotta be disabled. I'm not taking that shit. And then you just have the white woman that stabbed the Nigerian nigga to death down in Florida. Nah, ain't gonna be me. Bitch put her hands on me. I would have I would have not cold cock knocked her out. She wouldn't have been able to text her brothers. I would have cold cocked her shit, took her phone, smashed it. Then I would have called the police and explained to them how to knock this hoe out. And they probably would have believed me. And have woke the bitch up and drove her home. That's how I'd have played it. Now he in the courtroom trying to fight for his life because this hoe sending ignorant niggas to his house to kill him. Or to beat him up. You know what? I don't feel like I need to be beat up. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? You come to my crib looking for a fight, you fuck around, leave without your brain. Because you wasn't using it anyways. Spend my thoughts, ideas, and opinions on this. If you like this episode, subscribe down below. Turn the notifications on. And as always, share on all social media platforms. If you like the content, maybe your friends will like it too. I'm out.
No.